What the f? It didn't spawn anywhere. Okay. Let's try this again. Well, I guess I'm getting dead now. Why did I not die? Well, it's replicating, it's just not killing me. That's spawning the Doom Lightning. This is running on the server, it's spawning dead characters. Should be doing that as the server, but it's not. What if I multicast it? Now it spawns 2 of them. Fantastic. I don't really know why that's a problem. Whatever. It's so confusing. I don't even remember what I did this week. I guess I worked on servers this week. Yeah, I basically just worked on getting the servers to work so that everything replicates correctly. That everyone can see you zapping and it transfers your energy the right way. I'm making a multiplayer game where you run around building up static electricity by rubbing your feet on the rug, and then you can shock your friends. Bap, bap, zap, zap. And then if you give too much charge to them, they explode. But also, if you get too much charge on you, you explode. But also, if you get too close to them while you're about to explode, we explode. Fun time, fun time. But this whole week was spent trying to get the servers to communicate with capturing your variables, so I had a good time trying to figure out what needs to be replicated and what doesn't. So, I got a quiz. Playing a multiplayer game is like playing a sport with any amount of players in it. The server is the referee, and you're all playing the game blindfolded, because it's all in your imagination. So whenever you do something, you have to tell the referee that you did it, and then the referee will tell everyone else that you did it. Or you'll ask the referee if you actually did anything, and the ref says, I didn't see anything, and then undoes the thing. Also, sometimes the ref agrees with you, but you didn't tell him to tell everyone else, so nobody knows it happened. The computer can't break the rules you give it. If it isn't doing what you wanted it to do, it's because it's doing what you told it to do. And on that note, I spent the entire week trying to figure out why some things weren't working the way they were supposed to working. Like this. This is a server update that tells you can lay down. Yeah? This is all the logic that tells you to lay down. And then on the very end of that, I have to tell the server to tell everyone else that you did it. Because if I tell the server to do it and then I don't tell everyone else you did it, then your capsule hive height doesn't go all the way down like it's supposed to. See, it's standing up just a little bit, like mine's flat and that one isn't. So this single node here, all this does is set your half height to where it's supposed to be. And tells everyone else that that's where your half height's supposed to be. On the off chance that you try to go pro underneath something and your local environment lets you do it, so you're underneath it, but the server didn't think you could do that, and everyone else didn't see that that got changed, so that didn't get updated on their screen. I'm not about to show an example of that, but it could happen, and then you wouldn't be able to do it. Update prone. This, I have to call it, and then I have to tell the server to call it. But because the server ran the same formula, it does the same stuff. If I don't tell the server to do it, then I stand up, but I stay laid down. Look at that. I'm going so fast. Like a baby on crack. So yeah, you gotta tell the server to do the same thing. Every single thing. I literally copy pasted this onto the server graph and then made this a server executable. Because every single one of these things needs to be checked on you and then on the server. I only need to set the capsule height once, because if you go back to crouch, it'll handle resetting your crouch for you. So that's good. That's fun time. So untangling the messy web of what needs to be multicasted and what doesn't is kind of a pain. I mean, most of the time the server can handle it, and sometimes you have any particle effect, you have to tell everyone else to do it, otherwise it doesn't show up on everyone else's screen. You're just telling everyone else's computer that your pieces got changed, and then they will update it on their end so that they look the same. But the server really tracks everything behind the scenes. The server doesn't see, like, it doesn't visualize anything unless you are running the server on you, which is kind of a pain. And it'll give you false positives. So I've been running these on clients just so I can make sure that they're working for everybody instead of just for the server and I don't get confused. But an example of things that might need to be replicated. This is on the server. When you push this button, it toggles whether or not you're charging and then tells the server that you're charging. And then the server will calculate your charge. So now the question is, does this charge need to be replicated? This function is background charge. So if you're doing nothing, you'll generate charge depending on what you're doing. If you're moving, it'll add more, and if you're sprinting, it'll add more. Does this need to be run on the server? And I'll pause for a minute to let you guess. No, it doesn't need to be run on the server. In fact, if I do run it on the server, it doesn't work. And if I try to replicate it, so this should be updating my charge amount, my charge buildup variable on the server, which would tell me what my charge variable is by default. Except now it doesn't work. JK, it does work, it just doesn't tell me. Interesting. Don't make the server do more work than it needs to do. It didn't work on my laptop, I'll tell you that right now. So I'm programming all of this on my laptop. I move it over to my computer so I can record these videos, but it works on my laptop, and that's my baseline. If it's working on my laptop, pretty much anyone can run it. That said, my laptop's upset most of the time. Another example, when you spawn the death lightning that kills you, does the server need to spawn that, or does multicast need to spawn that? That's a trick question, because before it was just a particle system that I triggered, and yes, it did need to be run on the multicast because it's a particle system, but since now I am spawning an actor that spawns an AoE that kills everyone that touches it, now I can spawn it on the server because actor's replicated. Confusing, yes. Now, it makes sense that if you were transferring your charge to another player, that you would need to tell the server that you're doing that by changing this charge up stat from whatever yours is to the target's. The server needs to know that, otherwise it won't happen. That makes sense. But this is all the logic that you need to run before you can even have to tell the server that you did anything. I don't know what I'm trying to tell you. My question really is, if I'm going prone, do you need to tell the server you're going prone? Yes, you do need to tell the server you're going prone. Is it enough to just tell the server that you're going prone? After everything I've just said, yeah, you would think so, but no, apparently it's not. If I take this and I don't tell the server that I'm going prone, which is, yeah, see, I just go crouched. And then I stand up, and if I crouch, now I stay crouched. I'm not actually prone. I'm not actually passing that variable off to the other players. If I don't run it on the server, that's what happens. But if I only run it on the server, mind you, the server is running the same exact logic that you are running before you do it, or after you do it. It doesn't work. I don't know why. I don't know why the server refuses to update me, but it doesn't work. So I have to do it myself, and then at the end of that, tell the server to do it again. And mind you, most of the time you are the server. If you are hosting a game, you are the server. A lot of games run servers in the background, which is this listen server, which basically means you're playing as the server and the client at the same time. But sometimes there's a dedicated server, which is everyone's playing as a client. The server's running as its own thing on the computer, and that's when you see this output log just running in the background. And that works fine. That's like what Minecraft does. It's cool. But, I mean, I'm not about to try and set one of those up. That's a pain in the butt. So, yeah. I run all the logic for going prone on the local, set the capsule for yourself, and then I turn around and tell the server to do the same exact thing so that everyone knows that I did it, and then I multicast just the capsule. Because if you don't multicast the capsule, it doesn't flatten out. Confusing. It gets better, my brethren. When you die, all that happens is the server calls this on death event. Now, there's a lot that happens when you die. Mainly this right here, the server's telling everyone to play a sound that is the charge up sound right before you get struck by lightning, and then it spawns the lightning on your position. The lightning spawning on your position is what kills you, and the lightning itself, all it does is set a timer before dying, before getting deleted from the game, Anyone touching the sphere when it spawns, anyone inside the sphere that isn't dead gets called on death directly onto their character. So there's no avoiding it. You will die. There's no way around that. All on death does is trigger the server to tell you that you're dead, and the server ticks you dead, and then calls this multicast. And the multicast replaces your dead body with a ragdoll on your position with your exact transform, replaces all of your, copies all of your mesh assets to that, waits a second so that it fixes, and then destroys everything on your body. So, that said, if this character is replicated, which it is, replicates is ticked, it is replicated, then the server should be able to spawn it, and when it spawns, because it is replicated, it will show up on everyone's screen, because it's been spawned in the world, and the server is the god of the world. But that's not what happens. If I turn this from multicast to run on server, and then this runs on server, this is just a run on server that's calling another run on server. I mean, typically you tell the server to run, maybe that is the problem. Well, let's see. Actually, I don't know, I haven't tried it. See, it didn't even make a noise, what the heck? So yeah, I don't know why that happens, but if you multicast it, it will run, but because you multicasted it, now the server is telling everyone else to spawn a character on your dead body. So what you end up with is absolutely fucking nothing, because I don't know why that didn't work. Oh, because it's still marked as server. So you end up with 4 bodies on the ground because 2 people died. My computer said to spawn a body on my body, which told the server to spawn a body on my body, which multicasted to them to spawn a body on my body. But since my computer already did it, it spawned 2 bodies on my body because the multicast spawned a body on my body. It's so confusing, so fucking weird. But I got around it by putting a do once node here. So it will only do it one time, and it won't do it again until it finishes. It'll do it on someone else's system, but it won't do it on mine. Which means only one body will be spawned at a time. So because this guy is a different blueprint than mine, technically, they're the same, but they're different. It's only going to spawn one body because it can't spawn 2. It's kind of hacky, but I don't know what I'm doing, so it works. I've also been experimenting with trying to drive this attack animation with Anim Notify with mixed results. That works, but it only works once. And then if I move, it'll work again. And if I move, it'll work again. And if I miss, it works the one time. If I move, it'll work again. I don't understand. I don't understand. I don't understand. Explain it to me! And don't even get me started on this crouch graph. Crouch itself is handled, already replicated by Unreal Engine on its own. So you would think all I have to do is crouch or uncrouch you. No. I'm not about to find what the problem was because I fixed it finally and I don't remember what it was, but there was a minute there where it wouldn't uncrouch me because I couldn't stand, I couldn't jump, I was just stuck in the sliding animation. And I think it was because the sliding thing was ticked. Crazy. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, the moral of the story is sometimes you run it on the server and that's enough. But sometimes it's not. And sometimes you have to do the logic twice. And sometimes you have to tell the server to tell everyone else to do the same thing you just did so that it gets done. I don't know, man. It's confusing. I'm confused. I don't know what I'm doing. But it works.